Today we are driving a 1983 second generation Honda Prelude. We just got out of that 79 Prelude next to us. We have retained the power sunroof, very nice. We're gonna start this up, walk you guys around real quick, and we've got a short drive route here in Oceanside, California that we're gonna take you around on. We have a 5-speed manual transmission, a 1.8 liter single overhead cam, inline 4-cylinder, makes 100 horsepower and 104 pound-feet of torque. This introduced double wishbone suspension and pop-up headlights along with this wedge-shaped design. Painted in red, it looks stunning. Look at that. Let's start it up. Check out those pop-up headlights. Look at the seats too, much more aggressively bolstered than the first gen Prelude that we had over there. All right, parking brake seems like it's holding pretty well. We're gonna trust it and just do a quick walk around and check out those pop-up headlights. Look at that. As you can see, we have every generation of Prelude here to drive at the new 2026 Honda Prelude event. So very cool of Honda to bring out these vintage cars for us. You still do see these out on the road occasionally. They're less common than they used to be, but very, very cool to get behind the wheel of this today. Let's hop inside and we'll see what this is like. Very 80s interior with the fabrics and material choices. The smell is just kind of aged rubber, and it's a little bit more pungent in this 83 versus the 79. All right, parking brake is down, light is going to stay on. That's just a feature of this particular car. Steering wheel, a little bit low. Horn sounds kind of cool. We're going to leave those pop-up headlights on. And look at this, we still get manually winding windows. That's a little bit broken, but that's okay. Mirror controls. Oh, and in this Prelude, we get a passenger side mirror, whereas we did not have that in the 79. So we've got some more features here. Only 397 miles on this car. It's not even broken in. Wow, truly a museum piece. I'm gonna get my route set here. Already I can feel the larger engine here, the extra torque and displacement. 100 horsepower, 104 pound-feet of torque. We've got a 130 mile per hour speedometer. Great shifter. Almost feels like it's a short throw. A little bit more representative of modern Hondas than I was expecting, especially for the age of this car. Another one. Some fun suspension creaks down there. Looks like a 6,200 RPM redline. And again, the big surprise, as always, when driving these vintage Hondas, is just their modern levels of drivability. Super easy to shift, really, really smooth gear changes. Pretty quick, noticeably quicker than the 79 was. A lot more torquey here with this 1.8 liter. Oh yeah, this can get out of its own way. It's got some guts. It's got some gusto. Steering's still pretty heavy. Ooh, you can feel that handling with the double wishbone suspension. It's quick. Easy to rev match, easy to heel toe. Brakes feel nice. Fuel gauge works in this one too, that's good. Shift throw, that is beautiful. Not sure if that's fifth. There we go, there's fifth. Not sure how many times this car's been put into fifth. Much better drivability here at speed. Oh, this is just awesome. Excuse me for looking down to my right a bunch. I'm trying to find this routes, make sure I don't get lost. Just put this right here. There we go. Still excellent visibility. I feel like I'm a little bit higher up in the cabin here, like my head's kind of into the roof. Don't know if we have much seat height adjustment. It's just backrest and then fore and aft. Oh, that's fun. Just lovely. These pre-VTEC days, these engines were pretty torquey, pretty smooth, surprisingly refined for their era, and of course very fuel efficient. Honestly, not as impressed with the build quality from this 80s era Prelude. Just for some more rattle, some more squeaks. The driving position, the ergonomics aren't as nice. I feel like I'm a little bit too high. Steering wheel's a little bit too low. At 79, everything was just so placed perfectly. Very cool to be able to kind of go through each generation of Prelude and see what directions they went with each generation, what improvements they made, what novel new concepts and features they introduced. We just ticked over 400 miles. Look at that. It's so smooth, so fluid and easy to drive. Feel that double wishbone suspension. It rotates nicely. A little bit of body roll, but it feels like there's a little bit of sophistication going on here with the handling. As a performance car, it's nicely balanced. Good power, great shifter. Just this is representative of Honda's future in introducing fantastic gear changes to their performance cars. And I can feel a little bit more of this SI Prelude DNA introduced here. This must have been a pretty sporty driving experience in 1983. This felt pretty good. little bit gutless at lower revs, but once you get it up above 3,000 RPM or so, it seems to be pretty happy. Surprisingly quick, but I guess also with 100 horsepower and a 1.8 liter, the power to weight here is pretty ideal. Feels quicker than an NA Miata in some respects. Little ride quality test here over the railroad tracks. Very smooth, very comfortable. Of course, we have tons of sidewall to play with. Alright guys, that's the 1983 Honda Prelude. Very, very cool. Very, very special to get behind the wheel of this today. Thank you so much for joining and tagging along. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the ride. We'll park this and then we'll get into the next generation. Super cool. Found reverse there. There it is. Park and brake up. And we'll leave it in first here. Nice. All right. Very cool. I'll walk you guys around this one more time.
How was it?
Very good.
Excellent.
Quite a bit peppier than the first generation. I can feel some of that Honda sporting DNA starting to show.
Absolutely.
Nice short shifter.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, this is fun.
Third gen will be back shortly for you.
Cool. Sounds good.
Yeah, they really kind of speak to the era. It's interesting that, you know, the first is its own thing, but it's so akin to the Civic and the Accord.
Mm-hmm.
So 73 was when we launched the Civic, 76 the Accord, and then 79. So 3 years in a row we had, you know, the first three ultimately that became mass production models. But then you look at the second and the third, and you can almost see, you know, the relationship between the two.
Yeah.
So sometimes I only think about them as three generations: 1, 2, and then the fourth and fifth.
Mm-hmm.
They're very 90s.
Yep.
So it's almost like 70s, and then 80s, and then 90s. But obviously, you know, they had their own distinct character.
Yeah, the 70s wedge shape here, and like all the interior ergonomics are a little bit different. And yeah, I like the way it drove. Like, as a performance car, this must have been pretty impressive in '83, and it feels surprisingly modern with power to weight. And
that's the thing. I mean, they were so lightweight, and it's a different type of performance. You know, today everything's so solid and everything's like planted performance. This just feels like agile. It's right on its balls of its foot all the time.
That's right. Yeah. No, absolutely. Yeah, you can feel the double wishbone suspension here.
Oh yeah, that was a huge thing.